Hello everybody, is it hot enough? Here I was saying yesterday it was nice and cool. Boy, did I jinx us all. When you step outside, there is so much humidity. I think we are in for a massive rainstorm this afternoon. So I decided in order to cool down, I would have some fun playing with some winter dreams. That's a nice, cool sounding name, isn't it? This is some Wow embossing powders. Hello, Cindy. How are you? They are by Martina Manger, I guess the name is. We have Rosy Cheeks, which is a pretty pink. We have Icicle Teal, which is the colour I'm working with today. And we have Powdered Snow. Doesn't that make you feel nice and cool? We will be using the other colours in another live. But what we're going to do today, do you know how you sit down at your craft station sometimes and you think, I want to craft, but I can't be bothered getting anything out whatsoever, and I can't be bothered making a mess, but I want to craft. You know, it just goes around and around in your head. Hopefully, when you sit down at your craft station, everything we're about to use is in reach. All you're going to need is a little bit of, tissue paper scrunched up. So if not tissue paper, something similar that might be within reach. And then when you look around your table, you'll go, oh, I've got my Versamark. That's about all you're going to need. We're going to have fun making. I told everybody I was going to do a card with the turtles. So that one is done with the Simon Hurley Lunar Pastes. Guess what left America today? Pink and purple. Simon Hurley has just brought out pink and purple. Left America today, so should be with us soon. Here we are done with same card, done with just some inks. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'm also going to have a talk about the new magnetic stations that have just come out from Couture Creations that are due any day. So turning the camera around, here we are. So these magnetic stations, this particular one is from Ranger. All they are is a big piece of metal. I fought having one for years. I thought, nah, I'll just stick my things down with stencil tape. And then finally, I got myself one of these, and you wouldn't believe it, just this week, an Australian company, have bought the same thing out. It's got inches and millimetres. So I've gone ahead and ordered the Australian ones. They come in at $30. So it's just a great big 12 by 12 piece of metal with some big chunky magnets that hold your work down for you. You aren't going to be able to cut on this because you would cut into the metal and ruin it. But for doing what we're about to do, which is some blending, it's brilliant because these magnets, there is 4. There's another one. These magnets are amazing. So they are due. We do have them up on our website for pre-order because they're due any day now. They left left Brisbane at the beginning of this week. So what we're going to do, we're just going to have fun. See this really cool effect? That is what we're going to do. So it basically looks a little bit like water. So start with a card background. I've done this 2 ways. First of all, I did the background and then I put my turtles on, but I've discovered if I do my turtles first, they will pop a little bit more. So all we need to do is, I've just gone blank. That's right, we need to stencil our turtle. Sorry, I don't deal well with heat, everybody. So here's my turtle stencil. I have masked off the edge bits just with some paper so that I don't end up, as you can see, if I didn't have that there, I'd have all the bits coming over my card front. So I've just masked those off. And then all we do, pop these magnets down and it will hold our stencil in place beautifully. Because of this long edge here, I am going to mask, but if you didn't want to use masking tape, you could probably put some paper down there and hold the paper in place with your magnets. And that's all there is to it. Now it's ready to work with. So I'm going to stencil my turtles with 3 different colours. If you wanted to use the texture paste for this effect, you could, but just for the demo, I'm just using my inks. So I'm going to pick up some pink. So hopefully, as I said, you've got a stencil sitting in front of you. This could be done with any stencil whatsoever. I've just chosen the turtles. Mum's going to have a go at it later with the butterfly stencils because she loves butterflies. Put a bit of pink down. Now I'm going to put a bit of purple down. Hello, Suzanne. Love the mat. Yes, I'm really excited. Trust me, I've just bought myself the inches one. The set. It's literally only this week. Last Sunday, I was talking to a customer at our pop-up about the mats, and I didn't even know the Australian company had bought them out. I think they announced it on Monday or Tuesday of this week, and I went straight on and ordered them for us because I just thought they were fantastic, having millimeters as well. They do come with a ruler as well. So you can, and it's a centering ruler, so you can work out your central bits and pieces. Hello, Cheryl. How are you? Here we are. Our Lavinia stamps have left the UK. They're almost in Melbourne. They've been travelling for 2 days now, Cheryl. So hopefully, crossing fingers, hopefully we have them early next week. But I've learned never make predictions when you really, really want something. So if anybody's after the new Lavinia stamps, they have left the UK 2 days ago, so if I go and check the tracking, they may even be in Australia. But you can never predict it. So I try not to get too excited. I think we had one order once that sat in Germany for a week. So yeah. And then that just kept coming up on the website saying, due to a storm, your order is stuck in Germany. So there we are. As you can see, I've just stenciled the turtles. Nothing fancy there whatsoever. You could do it, and I'm putting the lids back on. I don't usually do that, but I'm trying to be a good girl. So if you move your magnets aside, ta-da! We have stenciled turtles. How easy is that? Now, what's a nice undercolour water? Peacock feathers. Nice undercolour watercolour. If you want to do this in blues, you could. All we're going to do, now this was a handy hint I picked up. Sometimes you put your hands on to hold something, and you get fingerprints. When WOW, the amazing team at WOW, were doing this workshop, they said just get a little bit of your stencil tape, stick it to your fingers, and hold and move it around with that. And so all we're going to do is, we don't want a smooth blend. We want to make it look like it's underwater. Let's all pretend we're snorkeling at the moment and the waves are waving around and everything underwater is nice and ripply and it's cool. Anybody who's watching this from the other side of the world and it's wintry, picture it's warm tropical waters. We want cool waters. If you're in a cold place, picture warm tropical waters. There we are. So as you can see, that looks a little bit like underwater. We don't want it nice and smooth. So nothing I've done so far is hard. Now is the fun bit. Because I want this to be dry, normally I'd go and heat gun it for about 30 seconds. Here's one I prepared earlier. This is the bit that I found crazy fun. So you're just going to get your Versamark or whatever clear brand ink pad that you have. Grab your bit of tissue paper, scrunch it up, and you're just going to dunk it lightly. Mum, I'm going to need a piece of A4 in a moment for my embossing powder. Yeah, Mumsy's going. And you're just going to tap around very lightly. Don't go over your turtle, because you don't want your turtle to have glitter on him, because this whole effect is to make him look a little bit underwatery. So do as much or as little as you want. That's all there is to it. Don't press too hard, because you kind of want the scruffed up texture of the tissue paper, which is what gives that way cool underwater effect. So now we're going to need a piece of A4 paper.
There you go. I got one.
Oh, wonderful. Mother bought me one over. Here we are. So I have deliberately chosen the icicle teal because I thought that colour went beautifully with this colour. And that's the new pack. Here we are. So all you're going to do, pour your embossing powder all over it. Don't worry about pouring it all out if you have to, because it all goes back into the container. I wonder if my wonderful assistant will come over here and do that for me off to the side. Now, is it showing up there? You can see wherever. Okay, one moment. I'm going to hand this off to my wonderful assistant and hope that I don't sneeze. Ah, phew, she's taken it, and there's her embossing powder. And now we just need to turn our heat gun on and melt. Now, don't have your heat gun down on, because underneath my magnetic mat, I have got my regular cutting mat. I don't want to go heating that because I'll warp my cutting mat. So all we're going to do, I hope this heat gun isn't too loud for the live. This is why I don't like using my heat guns on lives. I hope people can still hear me over the sound of it. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Deb. Excellent. Deb said it is still showing up glittery. That's awesome. So, dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum-de. Special effects. I was going to say it's like waiting for paint dry, but it's not quite paint. It's like waiting for embossing powder to melt. Oh, hang on. That's exactly what we're doing. And I've just realised my heat gun's so hot on this hot day. So we're just walking around. Oh, good. I'm glad. I've noticed sometimes when I'm watching a workshop, when somebody turns on the heat gun, like the phone seems to filter out the super loud noise. I think it's an inbuilt phone thing. So with any luck, that is now all melted. Let me have a quick look. Hang on. I've got to take my glasses off to see things. I'm the opposite of most people. Yep, that's all nice and melted. So we can now mount that onto a card. So there's one. And this one here I did in exactly the same way, except I did all my inking first. So see when I stenciled my butterflies, they went over the ink. Not my butterflies, my turtles. And so they're not quite as vibrant. So if you do your turtles first, he just comes out as more vibrant. And then see all these great little sayings. These are in a set of stamps and these are up on the website. They're a brand new set of stamps. And I just love the way they've got all these little curved sayings. And so all I did was stamp, hello gorgeous, have a joyful day, I believe in you, you're wonderful, good things will happen. And I just sort of curved them all around the edges of our turtle. Ah, there we are. Hello, Lynn, how are you? Oh, hang on, I've got to turn my phone around. Now I'm all warm again from the heat gun. So hopefully that gave everybody a little bit of inspiration. So even if you decide not to stencil something onto your piece of paper, even if you've got a plain piece of paper that you want to jazz up a little bit, but you don't want to do too much, just scrunching up some tissue paper, dabbing some ink on and putting some embossing powder over it, and you get that really fun glittery effect. Talk to you all soon. Bye.